Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I wanted to make a video about a topic I've been seeing a lot about lately on social media, and that is the inflation problem. People are talking about the groceries, the gas, the utility bills, everything except what I feel like is the biggest problem, and that's home affordability. Now, I'm sure you've all seen what I'm talking about, but if not, here's a few people on TikTok.
What is this inflation math? How is it that inflation is at 7.5%, but everybody is marking it up 25 and 30%? Like I'm looking at you, Dollar Tree. This what I don't understand. It's random, and then it's across the board. Like some of the shit in the Dollar Tree wasn't worth $1 in the first place, but you like, I'll break even. $1.25.
When are things going to go back to where you can work and support your family without fucking stressing out?
I'm fed up with how much it costs to eat. Like it's to the point where it's like, how is we supposed to be the moms like the TikTok girlies where we taking our kids to the aquarium and it's $65 per kid to get in the aquarium when we could barely feed them?
Now, the reason I decided to make a video on this is to maybe shed a little bit of light on why things are how they are, but really to touch on home prices and your future as a buyer. Like a lot, and I mean the majority of the US population are getting completely priced out because homes are so expensive and getting even more expensive by the month. A lot of this has to do with how the government printed all that money back in 2020 and 2021, but the majority has to do with what very people really actually know about. And that's the fact that in that same time period, the Federal Reserve was depositing 100 billion into the economy every month. They did this to prop up equity markets such as stocks, bonds, and most importantly, real estate. This caused assets to balloon in value. This is why we saw things like the stock market and home prices completely soar, because the more money that is inserted into the economy, the more these types of assets inflate. Now, this sucks for the average person, but great for those who had assets. Now, I'm not an expert in all of this. I'm just a regular guy who's been paying a lot of attention since 2020. But this stuff should be scary for people who do not own homes yet. This rise in home prices is causing big banks to get creative when it comes to lending or creating new mortgages. Since people can't afford these new homes with the current options available, what the banks are doing now is offering 40-year mortgages, which is crazy as is, but with that, they are only requiring you to put down 1% as your down payment. A lot of you may not fully understand what this means, but basically the banks are pricing in the possibility of you not being able to afford your monthly mortgage payment. So instead of trying to squeeze you into a 30-year loan, which is the current norm, they just add 10 years and create a brand new one. As you know, the longer the loan, the less the monthly payment will be. But the average person does not factor in that since the loan is longer, you're actually paying more interest on that loan. For example, if I loaned you $1,000 and offered you a 12-month term to pay me back with interest, that monthly payment may be $140. But if you tell me you cannot afford that monthly payment, well, all I'll have to do is add another 12 months to that loan to make it 2 years. What this does is lower your monthly payment to, let's say, $95. Yeah, the monthly payment is more affordable, but if you do some quick math, you will see that if you would have stayed with the 12-month option, you'll be paying me back $1,680. But since you opted for the 24-month loan at a lower monthly payment, you now owe me $2,280. See how that works? Now factor in the other components of buying a home: the price, the rate, the down payment, and you'll start to see how difficult it is actually getting to achieve your goal. Here's an actual example of what I'm talking about. This is a home assessment done on my home a few months ago. Here you see a list of past owners and how much the home was purchased for. You can see the last time this home exchanged hands before I bought it was in 2011 as a short sale for $40,000. Then in the green circle, you see my purchase on the 22nd of September for $116,000. Now, that increase in price and appreciation is warranted because it was throughout a 10-year time period, and the previous owner completely renovated the place like new. Now, this is my home's estimated value now. After not even 3 years, almost 100 grand. net increase since I purchased. No renovations, no upgrades, everything's the same. This is a simple mortgage calculator I found on Google. It isn't 100% accurate, but came very close to what I'm currently paying per month for my mortgage, like within $20 to $30. So you can see that the purchase price was $116,494. I put 5% down on a 30-year fixed at 3.5% interest rate. At the time, my credit score was around this, which by the way is a national average. This is my exact property taxes and home insurance, also my PMI, because if you don't put 20% down on your home when purchasing, you do have to pay something called PMI, which stands for Private Mortgage Insurance, if you didn't know. And this is the end result, which, as I said, comes very close to my actual monthly payment. So with this said, we can say that this calculator is reliable. Now what I'm going to do is keep everything the same except the purchase price and the down payment, and I'm also going to increase the interest rate to the current national average. And again guys, this is just a quick explanation and example to show you guys what you're getting yourself into if you do decide to pursue being a homeowner right now. Okay, so now we're going to change the purchase price to what the property is currently valued at according to the assessment I just showed you guys, and put down just 1%. Now keep in mind that this calculator doesn't have the option for a 40-year fixed mortgage because the concept is so new, but we're going to estimate that adding 10 years to the life of the loan will decrease your monthly payment by $150. Now plugging all of that in gets you a final mortgage payment of $1,876 per month for the same house, all because of what the Federal Reserve did 3 years ago. And of course, if your credit is worse than what is shown, you're in an even worse spot. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, guys. My next video is going to be on home equity and how you really shouldn't be buying right now because you're going to be buying into a way overpriced home, and you know, when things go up and up and up, the only place to go is down. But you definitely have to know a thing or two, or the basics, when you go sit down with these banks, because the number one thing that these big banks love is a fool. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time.